All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let her roll.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Luck. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they run with Howard. Finding some room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Reggie. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Key right. Alert flare.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll running right through it. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Four down. Alert. Hey, easy.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Lund looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Gun! 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 3 down. 59.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit. Gun! 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 4 down. Check! Check! Gun! 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 Check 59.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man right side is Shark. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Crash! 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 Crash!
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Taylor running the option left. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He'll look to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back to throw here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. A give to Howard. There he goes inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Rolling, we're rolling. 675.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half. Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup. Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they? And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Go, line 40. 52 right. 52. Hey, easy. Watch the pass. Here we go. 623.
From the gun, here's Luck. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go, let's go. Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down. Hey. Go ahead. Tempo. When the rep, let's go, right here.
Out of the gun, Luck. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
I'm going to come back to you.
On 3rd and goal, Howard. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
11B.
On 4th down, Locke. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Gun! 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 Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left. It's caught inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
I know you feel that.
Number 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
No. Check. Patriot.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second and goal from the 1.
Hey. 4 down. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit. No. Watch you now, Barney.
He'll get it up the middle. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. McManus now for the extra point. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Hey.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Go ahead. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
To throw on second down is Locke. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Key right, key right, key right.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. On first, they go right back to Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Let her roll. Color. Mexico, Mexico. Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down. Mike's 50.
Off of play action, Luck. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Key right, key right, key right.
A shotgun snap for Luck. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Watch that in. 12. Rolling, we're rolling. 4 down. Cut it. No, check. Gun.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Luck. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Oh, now he bowls him over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun! Detroit! I'm coming after you! Gun!
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They go counter with Howard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
12. Second. Wide 90.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jack Doyle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Sharks got it, left side. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16.
3 down. Go ahead.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now Mack. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Go ahead. Stand up there. Take motion.
Luck now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
On. Take the running back, 25. 11Z. Watch twist. Check 52's the mic. Check 50.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So what a call there. They get 9 on the fake punt and a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes, it's a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands. He's able to pick up the first down.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, Get him out in the flat and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Undercrush. Wide, 674. Wide. Gone right. 59. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Middle.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
53.
They'll run with Mack, twisting away. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tempo. Go ahead.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Left side here to Sanders. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are in for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Couple of nice plays for Jacksonville. Another first down there. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Gun!
Back to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or you...
Pretty quiet, team. Pretty quiet.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
3 down. Hey, check.
Gun! They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right. They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
No.
They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Here's Mack. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Got 3 down.
Now Luck. That's caught inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
For a guy who didn't throw a football for 500 days, Luck's looking pretty sharp here early in the year. It's 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Let it roll. Hey. We got 3.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Colts on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Reggie.
Here's Locke. Locke showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll try the air now with Locke. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. A run by Mack to start the drive. Got some room at the 30. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Mack trying to become the lead dog in this Colts run game. He's back there again on 1st and 10.
You got 4. Be right. Check up. 140.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake,
yes,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down, protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball in additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
Now the first carry for their fullback. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. 4th quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me, because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
He'll buy some time right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
So he got 3 on 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Colts, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.